Probably some of you guys got stuck in the labyrinth today on level 5 when you encountered the Lady of Greeneries. And the reason why you want to beat this is because you want to collect the Heliolite dices. Now, every now and then you're gonna get Heliolite dices on different levels, and this is actually a pretty good way to get fairly decent rewards. You're gonna get scrolls, you're gonna get tons of different things that will help you to develop your heroes. So you definitely wanna encounter with the game mode. At the beginning, it might not seem very challenging, maybe for the simple fact that you might be over leveled when you are engaging with it. You are getting some extra rewards right here on the side to keep in mind once you're gonna reach specific milestones. The way I'm seeing this for whoever is playing Raid is kind of like the equivalent of the Doom Tower. Now this boss, it can be pretty challenging. We do have the Fire Domain, which will be challenging because you will need cleansers or you will need block debuffs, which it won't be as efficient, but we have pretty much the same sort of situation here, and I'm gonna explain you what exactly you need to do in order to beat this boss. And if we get to her first, she actually looks pretty dope as a boss, man. I love this because we're gonna get quite a few new bosses, you know, and as the first encounter, she looks pretty damn sick, you know. So the Lady of Greeneries. I'm using one epic, I'm using the Traveler, and of course I'm using 3 rare champions. My main DPS is a rare champion. Then I'm gonna walk you through everyone's rolling here. The very first thing that I want to point out though is the Captain Aura. A lot of people still don't know how to use it, but if you look right here on the right side of the screen, you're gonna click here and then you can pick which one you want to use basically. You see how it changes? So we're gonna pick the 40 extra resistance from our epic champion right here, and the reason why I brought him in is for the resistance aura. Now, I already have some resistance built on the champion. It's only 24 on him, so I'm not expecting him to resist the debuffs all the time. Then, gains increased resistance based on the total number of debuffs on all enemies on the battlefield. So he will gain more resistance based on the debuffs. Then, he has the chance to put a buff prohibition, so the enemies don't buff. And he's gonna put accuracy penalty, AoE. So that's gonna be pretty juicy. And we have the rest of the champions. We have Sigrid, my damage dealer. I literally just picked her from the chest. Probably you've seen the video that I posted yesterday. I did end up picking her, you know, because she's an awesome damage dealer, man. And she brings me decreased attack, healing prohibition. The main reason, tons of damage and decreased attack. I wanted to have her in the team. Then right here, healing prohibition, more damage. The passive, fairly interesting as well. So I feel like she's an awesome rare champion, and I want to use her, I want to build her. Then of course we have Ina. She's going to be our cleanser, and she's going to give us a bit of healing. And you can go in a fight with our Exandra guys to bring in the healing. And the Traveler is on the Frost. Not crazy builds on all of them, but I'm going to show you all that in just a second. Now, sometimes you might want a manual if you can beat specific content. And the next tip, guys, tip number 2, very important. Head over to your potions and select something that will give you resistance. So we have the frozen yogurt, or the yogurt here, Greek yogurt with fruits. All ally heroes gain 20 accuracy and 20 resistance. We're gonna go with that one, and we're gonna get more resistance. Now, on the boss, it says this: the enemy has 10 resistance. When confronting them, heroes that exceed 30 accuracy have a higher success rate when inflicting debuffs or control effects. Now, I don't know how much accuracy the boss has. I don't know how much resistance I have. From what I've seen, I am still getting resisted with all the resistance that I have on, and some of them have over 100 resistance. This boss will basically poison you. I'm not gonna read all the skills, guys, because you're gonna get what's happening once you're gonna get in the fight. But basically, will debuff you, will poison you. And the ultimate skill for the boss will be like a poison detonation, basically. So it will literally detonate all the poisons that you have on. And that will kill you if you don't cleanse the poisons. You gotta either block the poisons with a block debuffs, which is doable, by the way. Either you wanna do a different thing. You see, we are getting resisted here and there, but the spores from the side are putting poisons on us too, which is very nasty. So we got a cleanse right here. We managed to do it. The boss is about to use the ultimate skill right there. And as long as we are able to keep the cleanse on point in time with the boss, which it should be pretty pretty spot on. There we go. We got the clans in there too. We're gonna be fine and we're gonna beat this boss, you know. And you see, no poisons to detonate, so the boss cannot actually deal crazy damage on me. If it detonates a lot of poisons, that's when you're in trouble, guys. And the boss looks freaking awesome, huh? I really, really love the design. Such an awesome boss. And I love the whole idea of the spores from the sides attacking you, putting the poisons. There we go, we have poisons. You see, we got damaged quite a bit on a couple of the champions. So I do love the idea of the boss, love the kit, and resistance will play a very important role in the game, guys. Not only on this particular dungeon, but just generally in others as well. Right there, it detonated the poisons. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I've seen, maybe the detonation of poisons requires accuracy in here. So unlike Raid, for example, you know. But the team sustains very well. We have the shield from the Traveler. We have the clans from Anna. We have the healing from Hexandra. And yes, the resistance aura does help us quite a bit. The potion that we use for the resistance will help us a bit. You can purchase those, by the way, by just going in and just engaging with vendors, you know, with merchants. You're gonna be able to get it from there. And that's how you beat this boss, guys. And there are many other bosses that we will encounter in the game that will require us to use resistance. In some cases, we might even have to use, for example, resistance chess pieces, you know. So that's just the thing to keep in mind. Let me just back out of here. We completed level 5, and we should be able to claim our Heliolite dice. I think we got it up and running already, so we're gonna open it. We're gonna open it, and then I'm gonna show you the builds on all of my heroes. I'm pretty close to the Mercy. I hit 1 legendary this season, and that was, I think, in the very first 6 summons that I've done. And how you can see, I'm getting very close to the Mercy, so I'm pretty positive that I will hit the Mercy in the next 1 or 2 summons. I might be a bit off with my math, and maybe I don't remember exactly that I opened 1 or 2 or 3 before we got the legendary, you know. So I'm pretty close anyway. So if we're gonna head over to the builds, this is my Traveler, guys. I do have the Manticore statue on, but how you may see, it's not leveled up. It's not really gonna do a massive thing for me. It's just getting extra damage from her, and she's not built for damage. Basically, total stats, you can see them right here. She only has 22 resistance, this one, so I had a total of 80 resistance on her, okay? 80 resistance, and you've seen we got resisted, we didn't go resisted. It was kind of like a 50-50. I feel like 20-30 more resistance would have done a better job, you know? But not crazy stats whatsoever, you know? I think I have what? I have attack percentage piece, and I have a flat attack glove on her. Then we have him, Fira, and I looked at rare champions. I couldn't find one that has a resistance aura, at least from the ones that I owe. Maybe there are some that I haven't got yet, but he has, of course, the Crown of the Unclean, and this is mainly because we want to land the defense down on the boss. The stats are not crazy either. It's just rare gear. Pretty much everybody has rare gear that started playing at the same time with me, guys, because we are kind of like locked on the content, so most of us probably try to farm the boss, the dungeon, and only 24 resistance. So not a big difference on him compared to the other champions that we had on. And again, he doesn't have crit rate, crit damage. He's just like survivability. Then we have Anna. She does have the Troll's Heart, a bit of extra resistance, but only 3. A total of 39 resistance on her. And we have defense chest. We have flat defense gloves. It's pretty relevant to show you the pieces now, guys, because, yeah, it's nothing crazy when we are talking about builds. But down the line, I have a feeling that I might have to show you that. And then we have Sigrid. Sigrid, I actually love her. She's so freaking awesome. She has 46 resistance, so we had a total of, what, 106 resistance on her. And I have the Spiritual Incense Burner for gaining accuracy. I wanted accuracy for the decreased attack. And basically, we're getting ultimate energy to land that decreased attack more often. And she does have attack chest, crit rate glove. She's built for damage because she was the main damage dealer in my team. And then we have Hexandra. Pretty awesome, awesome healer. I'm really a big fan of her. and I have the candle on her. Ancestor candle, 20 resistance from there, so I have a 55 resistance on her, and you've seen she was still getting debuffed. But out of all of them, she was the one that was getting resisted the most. And I gave her Enlightenment chest piece just to help me a bit with the healing, and I have a HP glove. Pretty much that's the team, guys. And if you want to see more guides like this on different dungeons, let me know. I am planning to do one on the fire domain because it is quite a bit of a challenging dungeon, that one. I had it in mind to do it a couple of days, but I got distracted with other content. But I'll promise you one for tomorrow, guys. Hopefully you found this guide helpful, and how I mentioned, keep in mind resistance will play a pretty important role in Dragonheir Silent Gods as well, and we're gonna have to make the most out of it. Now you can use different champions that will, for example, cleanse or put block debuffs, and there are quite a few in the game. Now I don't personally own a lot of them. She does, for example, a cleanse, but she has such a long cooldown. My god, I'm gonna fall asleep by the time she's gonna use this ultimate again. And there are quite a few different champions that will do it. I would have loved to use him for decreased attack because everybody has him, but unfortunately I didn't have more fire materials to rank him up, you know. And what other champions do the right things that we need in here to dispel? I know she does it actually. She puts block debuffs, not dispel, so not cleanse. Right here, debuff immunity, very good hero to use as well. And there are quite a few others that you could potentially use. She cleanses too, actually, with this skill right here, and recharge speed penalty, which is very, very nice. I just wanted to give you a couple of different examples. But how I mentioned, I haven't found a rare champion that has a resistance aura and to do something in the team, you know. You don't need a resistance if you have two cleansers, for example, you know, or a cleanser and an immunity champion in the team. That would do the job for you. That was all for the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe to the channel for daily guides on Dragonheir Silent Gods. Appreciate all of you watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.